they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah.
Hey yo, welcome all of my fellow golf junkies on a very monumental day for the PGA Tour. Welcome to this week's episode of Graybo's Giblets. We have boiled down the noise of the internet into 15-minute bite-sized giblets that you can consume on your way to work, at the gym, wherever you see fit. I'm your host, Dennyonetime, joined by the logo man, Graybo. What's up, logo man?
What's going on? Yeah, I think this might take a little longer than 15 minutes of what went down today for the PGA. Instead of talking about Victor Hovland's great putt on 17 to force a playoff, the big merger out of nowhere, PGA merging with LIV. I think Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA, just has gone down as probably the biggest villain in the world right now to go pretty much behind his players' backs in a player tour. And these guys they found out the same way we found out. Colin Morikawa today was like, so happy I found out on Twitter that we're merging with LIV, a big name. And this was such hush-hush. And if you think about it, like the winners of this, Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, good for them. They made tons of money. They knew what they were doing. They knew they couldn't come back to the PGA. Now they can come back and play on all the events. Guys like Jon Rahm, JT Spieth, Tiger were offered hundreds of millions to go to LIV, and they were all about, hey, Jay, we're going to follow you. We're going to follow. You're loyal. It's all about legacy, all this 9/11 BS. And then in reality, Jay Monahan, whatever you want to pronounce his name, is all about the money. I'm pissed at him. I'm not pissed at the LIV golfers. Good for them. Made money, can come back and play in the PGA. Where's it going to go from here? How are people going to be trusted with this PGA? Like the PGA has this looked awful. Well, I still don't know all the details, but the way like it went down today and like players being called and like talking about, oh, I found out through my buddy who saw it on the news and I had no idea what he was talking about. Was pretty interesting. A lot of players still don't know what's going on, to be honest. So I can't wait till their player meeting, which started at 9:00 tonight, what Jay was going to say to everybody. So I would love to hear y'all's take, but that's kind of my intro tonight. Not my terrible week last week, but big news coming out of the PGA and LIV.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I thought it was a fake news article when I first saw it. I look forward to hearing what happened behind the scenes, why it happened. If it was from necessity on the PGA Tour's fault, on the PGA Tour side, or what? Like, I get this image of the Saudis holding Monahan over a railing like Suge Knight did to Vanilla Ice to get him to sign a record contract.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we haven't introduced yet our producer, our newly sober producer, Ryan Fitz. Fitz, thank you for your courage. And do you have any comments on the merger?
I do not.
Oil money.
Yeah, I'm recently abstaining until they wipe their hands clean of the DP tour. It's sickening. That tour should not be included in this merger.
So look, before we roll into our podcast, a little shameless plug. At Graybo Sports Cards, we are now streaming on Drip. Drip Shop Live app 5 nights a week. Whatever sport you are into, we got you. Wrestling on Mondays, baseball on Tuesdays, basketball on Wednesdays, football on Thursdays, our big break of the week on Friday night, and that rotates sports. So come check us out on Drip Shop Live. Graybo, we're going to break down everything you need to know going into this weekend's RBC Canadian Open at Oakdale. We're going to give you some daily fantasy plays, some one-and-done suggestions, our best outright winners, and our favorite play of the weekend titled We Ridin'. Before we start, Gray, can you give us a brief course update?
Yeah, so we're going to see which players are actually going to come out and play this week. It's the week before the U.S. Open. You just had a great tournament the week before in the Memorial. So we're headed to Toronto, Canada, at Oakdale Golf and Country Club for the RBC Canadian Open. This is the first time the PGA has been here, so you can't really look at course history. So we got to really rely on recent form and who's playing well and who wants to be here is a big thing. Like who's trying to qualify for the U.S. Open and things like that. But the Canadian Open tends to be a birdie fest, so we're looking for guys that can really pour in the birdies. It's playing about 7,265 yards. It's a very unique 18-hole setup with only 3 par 3s and 3 par 5s, and the rest are par 4s. So that's kind of different from what you traditionally see. So you really got to take advantage of the par 5s. 1 par 5 is less than 500 yards, so you're going to see a lot of eagle opportunities on that hole. So I'll look for guys that can get it there in 2. But one thing that this course is going to play tough is they're rough. So again, like last week, one guy's hitting the fairways because you have thick rough with trees guarding the fairways on either side. So you're looking for good drivers and total distance off the tee, looking for birdie makers. Like every week, strokes gained approach, driving with accuracy. And again, for like the 4th week in a row, we're putting on bent grass. So look for those guys that are good on the bent grass.
A lot of bent grass. Great.
You know who's good on bent grass?
Who?
Denny McCarthy.
Man. Fitz, you spoke too soon when you texted that you bet him live at a good number.
I was simply responding to a question if I had action on him.
I was like,
God. You sent that text. I was like, man, he's got a 2-stroke lead. How is he going to lose this? He's obviously going to lose it, but how's he going to do it? I don't know.
Well,
because he's a wahoo.
Yeah.
And because I bet on him.
Mainly because Fitz bet him.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right,
and then tell the people about Morikawa, Fitz. Love that story.
Oh, the live bet on Sunday morning and then immediately withdrawals 30 minutes later.
Yeah. Which you got at a great number. I was really jealous, and then you were like, well, he withdrew, so.
Oh man.
So we got to look into that for next week, U.S. Open. But let's get into the RBC, Dookie.
Let's do it, man. So let's get to our DFS picks. Chalk, 9K and up. Gray, who are you taking up top?
Yeah, I'm going with Hatton at 10-2. We'll sprinkle a little Rory, but you can really save some money with Hatton. He's been so good. He's been playing very well. His last 5 events, all in the top 20. Great form. I think he wanted to play this week to keep the form going and not take a break into the U.S. Open. So I think he's really going to try to ship it this week. He's the second favorite. I think he's like freaking 10-1. Like that's how gross the field is. So like that, 10-1 is a really good chance of shipping it this week. So I'm gonna take a stab on Hatton.
Okay. Obviously, Roy's the heavy chalk here this week. Fitz? Who do you like up top?
I'm gonna go Shane Lowry at 9,400. He's been playing pretty solid. He had a top 20 last week at Memorial, and I'm just looking to save a little money by not taking Rory at the top.
Yeah, I'm actually doing the same thing. I'm taking Lowry. I like Hatton, but like when he's too chalky for Hatton, in my opinion, and then Rory's way chalky. Lowry, solid, cheap. I'm gonna save a little money. Take Shane Lowry.
The Irishman, Mike Lowry.
Let's go value 7 to 9K. Great.
All right, I'm gonna go 2 guys in the 7K range. I like it. I like the 7K range a lot better than the 8K. My guy Eric Cole at 7,900, and Carson Young at 7,100. Eric Cole just been solid numbers, cut maker. I'm actually going to bet him this week too. And then Carson Young, like for 7,100, this guy last 5 events, 4 of them he's gotten the 21st, 14th, 15th, 19th. Like no one has even talked about him. He's been playing some solid golf, so I will definitely have a lot of him at that number. And then Eric Cole, I think he's really looking for a win here to get into the U.S. Open, so definitely going to have some of him.
Yeah, they haven't talked about Carson Young. That's pretty steady results as of late. Fitz, who you like?
Yeah, I like the Carson Young pick there. Duke, should we just do our picks together?
Yeah. What is this? Are y'all messing with me tonight?
Dude, I'm not joking that I was last to put my picks in, and I'm looking on DraftKings, and I took Lowry. I was like, oh, Fitz took Lowry. And then I picked these two guys, and I looked, and Fitz took these two guys. So Fitz, pick for us. How about that?
Yeah. Duke and I are going to start with Kashmir Keith at 8,900. I'll let Duke add the context, and we're also going to go with Aaron Rye at 7,600. That's your boy, right, Graybo? 2 gloves?
No. DJ gave me that bet last week, and it failed miserably.
Yeah, this is the
top Englishman.
Yeah, he's missed a couple cuts lately, but Aaron Rye, for that price, I like him here in this field. And Kashmir Keith, man, he just keeps popping up, man. If you look at last year's results this time of year, and you look at this year this time of year, he's been in the mix a lot. So
just in an event like this, he's just a steady guy, Kashmir.
Yeah, let's
Kashmir Keith.
Kashmir. All right, so here's where it gets weird is under 7K. A lot of who are these guys under there? So Gray.
This is tough. This is where Rory's going to be hard to fit in your lineups because you got to go down here and it's like really bad. I actually like Fitz's boy. I mean, you get a good price for him. Callum, and just gosh, man, watching him putt is nails to a chalkboard.
Uh-huh.
But I do like his number. I wonder if Fitz is going to take him. But my guy, going back to Bryce Garnett, 6,700, why not? He's just a cut maker. He's not a guy that will top 20 for you, but down here you just need him to make the cut and then have the winner up top. So, Bryce, sure.
Fitz?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Callum. I just hate everybody under 7 this week. Yeah, I mean, there's like so many guys at 7. And then the guys underneath are just terrible. I was thinking him, maybe Doc Redman. I just love Doc Redman.
Great name.
He's always good for like being top 5 on Thursday and then either missing the cut or finishing.
He used to be he used to be good. 3 or 4 years ago. Like,
shout out Evan Howard. He kind of looks like Evan Howard.
That's golf.
He recently engaged Evan Howard.
Yeah, love him.
Congrats. So I'm taking Austin Smotherman because why not? Again, looking at under 7K, he's had some decent results the first half of this year. Why not? Why can't he sneak in and get a top 40?
That was another name I was looking at.
All right, so let's go into the one and done. And why don't you give us our one and done results from last week, Fitz?
Yeah, not a great week for the Graybo's crew here. Graybo drops out of the coveted top 3 down to 4th. Patrick Cantlay just didn't have it there. What he finished 30th.
So, after Friday, he's second, 6 under, and then he forgot how to play. I was like, oh my gosh, going to make up ground. The guy in first, dude, Justin Thomas missed the cut. And then he shoots 2 over. I'm like, all right, he's only 2 back. Live bet him at 12-1 Sunday. He shot like an 80. Don't know what happened. I didn't watch it Sunday, so I don't know how. I mean, he must have been bad. I mean, he was 6 over.
Wasn't on TV because he was flopping early. I mean, he was out of there early. So
yeah.
You didn't see him at all. You just kept seeing him drop down the leaderboard.
Yeah. I was thinking this too, Gray. What I can do is start texting Jimbo and getting his pick and betting it and mushing it because I think that was his first missed cut. If you listen to last week's episode, I tripled down on JT who missed the cut, but I think I can make up ground for you by just mushing Jimbo. So we'll try that. Duke, you also dropped a few spots down to 68th, closing the gap between our season-long battle here to wear something. I don't even know what we've decided on at the shop. So, and for me, rankings don't matter. So all I know is that I'm still comfortably ahead of Matt Campbell and Shane Heskett, and that's all that matters in my world.
I'll pick the uniform you'll have to wear. So Duke's in 68th and Fitz, you're what, 70?
Again, rankings don't matter.
Okay.
What I want us to have to wear in this bet is I want us to wear a full Graybo mascot costume and run up and down the street until we're really sweaty, and then just take the face off, and so you have your exposed human head with sweaty, messy hair, and then a Graybo's mascot body, and you have to wear that in the shop for 5 hours. That's what I want the bet to be.
I don't know if Fitz will like that on his hair.
I mean, I'm thinking of like who is that in old school? Was that
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
yeah.
Yeah, the mascot when he lights himself on fire. Yeah,
Power, yep.
yeah. All right, great. So this week, one and done. Who we taking?
Yeah, I haven't talked about him, but he's the third favorite. I think he was in top 10 last week. Fitzmagic, boy can putt. What I'm a little worried about is it is a birdie fest. Can he make enough birdies? But I think he can. He's just a solid all-around golfer. Puts it in the fairway. He's going to have chances, and he can putt. And, yeah, hopefully he can ship it and give me some points.
Yeah, I like that pick.
Some money.
Fitz.
I got a guy who's never been mentioned on this pod, but is extremely, extremely popular if you've consumed any sort of content this week. Ludwig Adberg.
Adberg.
Number 1 world amateur who just secured his card this last week, is making his professional debut. He's played a couple of times on tour this year, but this is his first professional start. So why not?
Yeah.
He's like 55 to 1 odds, and he's never.
Yeah. Have you seen his DraftKings price? I was like, I'm going to play this guy because he's going to be in the 6,000s. He's like up there with Cashmere.
He's going to be chalky. I'm looking forward to seeing his ownership, just because this is one of those weak limited fields where people are looking for guys. The fact that he's 55 to 1 is just incredible.
That is insane.
Sacrilege to price him up there with Cashmere. Sacrilege. Heresy. But, yeah, so here I'm taking Hatton because we're, the one and done price doesn't matter. Obviously, probably going to be a little chalky this week, but I'm not a big Hatton guy. So, like, this is the kind of where I'm going to take.
I can't stand Hatton.
Yeah. All right. So, outright winners, Gray, who you betting this week?
Yeah, before that, we were talking about Adberg. 8,300 this week. So, not quite up there with Cashmere Keith, but still.
Wow.
Debut.
He's 1,200 more than Carson Young.
He must be pretty damn good. All right. Yeah. So bets this week. This is where you can get a little different. I mean, Rory is like a big favorite, but other than that, like anyone can win this. I'm going back to Duke's boy. I know he's bet him a lot. And I like Thigala at 30 to 1. That's a good number in this field. Good time to get your first win, not a strong field. Definitely can do it. I like Cashmere Keith's number. I like that you guys are on him in DraftKings. I got him at 40 to 1 on Barstool. And then I'm taking Eric Cole at 66 to 1 on Barstool. If you look at the other books, he's like 50 to 1. So like I like this value a lot. And those are the 3 guys I'm hunting, but I think there's one more guy I'm going to put on there that Fitz has. Because I was going to bet him, and then I said, nah, but I see Fitz has him, which shouldn't be good. I shouldn't bet him if Fitz is betting him, but Fitz is my boy.
I bet them all. I bet all the outright, so there's going to be some overlap.
That's why I was so shocked when you sent McCarthy in that screenshot. I was like, man, this guy bets on everybody.
I do. You can't lose if you bet everyone, except if you're me and you still find a way. I also love that Barstool is becoming more competitive with their odds. I feel like every time I look, they're way shorter, so that's good to see. I'm going to go with a guy who's also looking for his first win, Tommy Fleetwood, former Hare brethren. Found him at 25 to 1 on Bet365. I think this course sets up nice for old Tommy. I'm also going to go Adrian Meronk. I think Gray's mentioned him a couple times too on the pod. I like him.
Adrian Meronk translates to Malik Monk in Italian. Did you know
that? I did know that. I believe you've told us that before.
You told us that, yes.
Well, make sure you do that.
Malik Monk, shout out Sacramento Kings.
What's up, Malik?
45 to 1 on FanDuel. He's first strokes tee and third greens in regulation on the Euro Tour. And then a third guy I wanted to bet is Sam Burns, but he's at 14 to 1, so that's a little short for me. So I'm going to look for an opportunity to bet him live.
Yeah, I'm passing on Rory at 5 and Hatton at 10, but the first guy I came to is Fitzpatrick at 14 to 1. I like him in this field. Lowry at 20 to 1. Also I'm going to keep taking Sahith anytime he has a chance, because if I don't and he wins, I will never forgive myself. And then I'm going to, just as a long shot, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on Rye at 100 to 1. He's missed a couple cuts lately, so I think he's farther down that list than he should be in this field. So let's ship it, Mr. Rye. Okay, well let's get into our we riding bets. These are our big bet of the week. Since I've been doing really shitty in golf bets, I would like to tell you that my French Open bets are doing well, and I'm going to win some money on the NBA Finals. I'm just going to tell you that. But other than that, Fitz, can you give us our we riding standings?
Please don't.
We might want to pivot to tennis bets after this segment.
Give us some French Open bets, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll start worst to best. Grabo, you're down 4.25.
Can I just say, I told people to fade me, and I'm sure they're winning money. So you're welcome.
So our listeners are up a unit after last week after they took Henley over Connors.
Correct.
Henley made the cut. Connors did not. We talked a lot about Corey Connors.
What a bum that guy is. Watch it. He's going to bounce back this week, though.
Right.
Like, we didn't talk about him much, but he's going to bounce. It's Canada. He's Canadian. It's actually a good spot for him.
He is so Canadian.
He's very Canadian. I'm up 1.5 units after the Connors miscuts of 2 tough back-to-back weeks there. Duke, you're down a little bit more than 0.5 unit. Thagala, very close. 9 strokes off that top 20, but just didn't have it.
That's it, 9 strokes. Just
so all of our good
bounces here and there, 9 strokes.
Yeah, all that goodwill we had built up is all gone now. We are now collectively down almost 3.5 units as a group here.
Well, luckily you're not betting $1 million per unit, right? Luckily,
yeah.
All right.
Great. What do you think?
Yeah. So said I was going to stick with matchups, but lost 2 straight matchups. My guys didn't even make the freaking cut. So getting off matchups once again. Going to go top 20 here. Eric Cole to go top 20 plus 210. Love it. I'm gonna get back, baby.
Nice. We had a chance to claw back a couple units there. Fitz.
Claw back.
Fitz wanted to take Sam Stevens.
Yep, absolutely. That was going to be my play. I looked at his numbers. They posted him. They looked pretty good. I was going to go top 40, and then he was actually able to qualify for the U.S. Open next week, so he decided to withdraw. So I will go ahead and tail Denny's pick from last week and go Thagala top 20 plus 175 on Bet Rivers. Duke, will you tail my pick from last week?
You guys make me sick.
You know what, Fitz? I just might. So I've been mentioning Connors this whole podcast until you guys just did, obviously. But, I didn't like any of the odds on these top 20s. Like, I looked at Aaron Rye top 40 even, but it was too risky for my big bet of the week because it was just recently he's missed a bunch of cuts. And so I'm going to take Connors top 20 minus 110, so almost even money there, just to be steady coming 14th. Call it a day.
I like this. This is a new strategy. We'll just bet each other's bets from the previous week.
I mean, I gotta say, I actually love those 2 bets.
Okay. Well,
Thagala was almost mine, and then
Yeah.
I switched it, and
Well,
then
Thagala got much closer than
I do like Connors bounce back.
Yeah. But you know what, my French Open picks, it's too late to take them now, so I took them early in the tournament. But in the men's side, I took a future on Alcaraz, Zverev, and Tsitsipas, and they're still hanging. And then on the women's side, I took Sabalenka and Coco Gauff. Coco Gauff, big money on that. I mean, like the big odds on that too. I think it was like 35 or 40 to 1, and they're down to I think 8.
Is it quarterfinals?
I think the women are down to 8 as of this moment. Yeah.
Did my man Fritz lose? I saw that he was losing that like on Saturday. He played on like Saturday. You remember?
Yeah, I think he lost. Watch this guy, Echeverry, South Korean. He is mowing through people, not seeded. He's down to the final 8, and he is mowing through guys. So check him out. I didn't bet him, but just check him out.
Who's the favorite in men's now?
Alcaraz is the 1 seed. So I'm basically my bets. I'm just fading Djokovic. Djokovic is a little dinged up coming into this. He's been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
I think he lost his first set today, but he won. He beat Kachanov, who's really good as well, in 4 sets. But I think that was the first set he dropped. I'm just betting on him getting tired and a little sore and injured. And this kid Alcaraz, a Spaniard, is like the next big thing. He's already won 1 Grand Slam. He's a stud.
Yeah, I remember. All right, a little tennis on the golf pod. Love it.
Yep. And then my big bet in the NBA Finals is the Nuggets minus 1.5 games. So they got to they got to win in. They need to win 2 more games than the other team. So
should have won game 2, man. What are they doing?
I know, but it should be interesting. Looking forward to the rest of that series. Any closing thoughts, gentlemen, before I sign us out here?
No, we got a bet for tomorrow night, Duke. Like NBA, do you have anything off the top of your head that you like? Player prop or?
I haven't capped anything yet for that. I will tomorrow. I'll listen to a bunch of stuff tomorrow and have some opinions. But for now,
Joker triple double.
Just bet the Nuggets. I tell you a bet that I like before the series is the Joker to have a game where he has 15 assists. So that's a fun bet because that's a crazy stat. A center having 15 assists.
Yeah.
He had 14 and
one of the best passers of the league.
Yeah. He's amazing. Fitz, any closing thoughts?
Nope.
Well,
good to go.
I have one. De La Cruz, MLB debut tonight. When I turned it off, had 3 at-bats. It was 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a run. He scored on a frickin' single from first. So he's fastball.
Yeah, I was excited. We had 3 big L De La Cruzes. We sold our last one in the shop on Friday to a lifelong Reds fan. It was this younger guy who's a new customer of ours, and named Michael, and he was like, so you could tell this was a big purchase for him, and he was really excited about it, and he bought it, and then he got called up a couple days later. I messaged him today, and he was all excited, so good for him. So shout out to our guy Michael, John India Stan 6 on Drip.
Let's go, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, big buy, baby.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, guys, that's all for today. Appreciate you riding with Grebos. Please be sure to tune in next time to see how we fared. Please make sure you're subscribed. We'd be honored if you give us a follow and a review. Please email us at info@grebos.co. Follow us on the gram at Grebos_cards. Stop by the shop, 214 East Gray Street in the Arts District of Richmond. And then please follow us on Drip. We're breaking 5 nights a week. Holler at your boys. Thanks for riding with Grebos.
Giblets.
When I go to sleep, I don't see sheep, see dollar signs. $100 got him beat the odds for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant, now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5, Grable's on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window?